Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in the last video, we started to do all of this. We got this side all taken care of. This is all good. This closes down. And we were going to go ahead and start moving forward with the other piece that we were waiting for printing. And that's this piece. We started a little bit of this piece, and then I had to wait for this piece because the holes were not cut. I had the slicer settings set for a previous thing when I printed this, and it wasn't working out. This was very simple to do, the filament cutter, very simple. This actually matches the wiki guide that you will be seeing when you look at the wiki, but this was very simple. So yeah, it was a little bit different than what you're going to see what comes with the kit. That's a Fysetc Rapido 2F Ultra High Flow. So in order to accommodate for that, I also had to change the size of this. I found this online. I think this was from Voron's website. I'm not exactly sure where I found it, but it is specifically for the Fysetc Rapido 2 with the Ultra High Flow extension. Okay, so we have that. We have this. We're going to go ahead and start to do this portion. Some fun stuff. Can't wait to see this come out. So these are all, again, these are all the pieces that they send you. It definitely looks like they're PETG. They're very shiny, as you can see. I think that they're PETG. I'm not using them anyway. I reprinted all this stuff in the color scheme that I want it to be. So yeah, this was the other hot end here that I'm not going to be using. So yeah, that's what we're looking at here. Let's go ahead and start building this though. Looks like I need to grab some LEDs. I have the other fans, like I had said in a previous video. I am going to be changing the fans on this. I'm going to be putting the Honey Badger fans in there, so I might need to swap connections or whatever that may be to accommodate for that. But yeah, I will be changing the fans out versus the ones that they come with. I gotta find the little bag of LEDs. Let's see if it's in this box. And that. Here we go. Here's the LEDs. Well, we'll see what else we're gonna need for this. There is one piece that I might use for this. And I think it's going to be that clear, the Voron logo or Fysetc logo. This little piece here, I think I'm going to use that from there because it's clear. I didn't have clear, nor did I want to buy clear just to print that one little piece. So yeah, so we will be starting right here. Okay? So it shows this portion. It's all interconnected here. So it looks like this goes down, and then this one goes around there, and that one goes around there. And it doesn't really show you like how that goes, so kind of just gonna do the best I can, really. That's all we can do. Okay, there's that. And then I need the other little piece. And remove that, we don't need that. Where is the other piece? Don't need these anymore. Get some of this stuff out of here. Make it a little easier on ourselves. Where is that other little piece? I know I printed it. I remember seeing it. Must be this little piece here. Oh yeah, this must be it here. This must be it here. So this goes in. So it looks like I gotta cut this a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that one's in. And then I'm guessing this runs back somehow. Up here, maybe? Okay, so you gotta unplug these. Okay. So you got that one good. Okay, this is great, but the cord is not long enough for it to run to this one. They made it like a quarter of an inch too short to run to this one. So the cord that goes to this little LED is like a quarter inch too short to fit to this one. And I'm trying to just make it work, but it doesn't look like it's going to allow me to do that. Luckily on this side there is a little bit extra, so I do have a little bit of room to push this back on the side over here. And there's plenty of room for this one, so I'm thinking I might try and move it to the other side, since that cord is a little, that cord that's in that plug over here is a little bit closer to this side anyway, so I might try and bring it over here so it's not as crossed. That might work. That might help. That little bit. So we might be in business here. I don't think I'll get to mounting this today. I think I'll mount it late. Well, I'll get to it today, but I don't think I'll be able to get to it right now. I think I'm gonna mount it later on the actual unit. So yeah, there will be a part 3 to this video. But the good news is I should be able to continue going forward. So if I get the time, which I believe I should, I'm going to create the video for the beds because the thermal grease came in, so that was cool, or the thermal paste. So I'll be able to do that. Yeah, this one's going to be really close on this side. It's going to be really close if it makes it. Okay, well, one of them's in, and then this other one is really hard to get in because it's so tight, it's so close to fitting, but it's just not. It's just not fitting. I'm gonna try and change the order of the wires of how they go in the slot. Maybe that'll help a little. Alright, I'm gonna have to improvise. And break that little tab off. There we go. Okay. It's amazing on this one cord they left a huge amount of slack, but then on the other stuff they were like, no, we're not giving you enough cord. Okay, now that that's all in, so you can kind of see, goes in those two slots, and this side I had to break a tab off just so it kind of sat on an angle. It didn't fit perfectly in there because of the length of the wires, but it is in there and it looks really nice. Good wire management for sure. So let's see what it wants us to do next. So next it wants us to put this fan in. And I think I'm gonna have to change the connector on this, because this connector is way too big for this. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is gonna be way too big for this. But let's go ahead and get this mounted, then I can change the connector. And let's see. And I'm going to check the other fan that it came with and make sure that that it's closed. Okay, it's exactly the same fan. So that means that it should work. Here's the 4010 fan. Oh, this is kind of nice. It leaves the option open for you to change the... If you get a Honey Badger fan, you get an option between 1 or 2 or 3 3-prong JSTs. So that's kind of nice. Right? I gotta cut a little notch out of that piece so these wires can go through there a little nicer. I'm gonna go get the other cutters. I'm actually gonna pop this out just so I don't accidentally catch something I'm not supposed to. So, and the piece I'm talking about is that little corner of the support here. I have to trim that because that's where the wires come out of the fan housing on that corner. I'll take a little bit more off. All right, now we can push these through. It's a very tight little window to get this in. See if it's any better taking it out and putting those back in. There we go. Awesome. Okay, now we gotta see how to get this one to go in there. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get my Dremel tool with the cutoff. I think these have to come out. I have to chop these off. So I'm gonna chop them off nice and sand it. Yeah, because it'll be much better. So let me go get that. Okay, let's see if this fits. There we go. So you sand those little ears off, and then the little ones that hold the two pieces together. And then it goes in there. The instructions do not tell you how to do that, but the reason I know how to do that is because I watched a few of the other YouTubers that built these. So, thank you for that. Now let's see, because then we put a board in here. Oh, here it is. Oh, so actually I could have left this with these wires in there because it'll actually help me. I'm gonna put these wires back in here. Okay, and this drops on there. What kind of screw do we put in here? And it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you. Let's try an M3 by, let's see, an M3 by 6. Is this by 6? Yeah, M3 by 6 button head. It seemed to work just fine. So then you mount that in there. And I might have to take that off. We'll see. I'm definitely going to have to do something here with all these wires. The only one I don't have to do something with is this LED one. Unless I wanted to shorten it, which I could. Which is ridiculous. I have to shorten it because I'm out of wire over here, but and look, as I was fiddling with it, that LED came unplugged because there isn't enough wire. It's like barely long enough. Trying to get all these wires in here is very difficult. I thought I had it figured out, but then I looked and the plug was unplugged. So it's like, yeah, that's okay. It's not gonna be, that wire is just not gonna be perfect, but it is what it is. I wish I could get it like that one, like I have that one really nice, and then this one's not, it's just not gonna fit. Support. Okay. They keep popping out of there. There we go. Now you stay. Okay, so that's the best that we could get it without changing wires and everything. I don't think I want to extend that yellow one. I do, but I don't. So I'm not going to be extending it because it's not that crucial. I'm going to have plenty of lights everywhere else, so that having this one, as long as this one lights up, I really don't care about these two bottom ones. So this goes right here. Yeah, I'm taking this off. I called it earlier. I should have just left it on. Oh, okay. These ones must be in the other box. Oh no, here they are. Here they are. And I'm looking up the specs on this Honey Badger fan because I want to make sure what wires are what. These the right size? No, those are not the right size. So what we'll do, Okay, so I just put in a word, reached out to Hector at Fabrico. I'm gonna go ahead and make a part 2 of the front of this unit, and in that part 2 I will go ahead and wrap this up and put it on the unit. So that'll probably come later today after I eat dinner and everything. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you later. Take care.